Good. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I know. I'm not going to say good morning and good night because I cannot even begin to know if you're watching it live or what time of day it's going to be when you do. You are obviously silly enough to keep watching us. Obviously, we've tickled a funny bone or something. We have all our usual suspects here tonight. And would someone like to say recap, basically?
You say that, and
Just,
you'll
they're
never
just
find a way to shut up players
hold up,
faster.
hold up. I've got a solution for this.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. I think that best expresses it. I can do the recap if you'd like.
Please do.
So we had our players. They've arrived from various places. Some by boat, some from the west, some travelling with cattle trains and whatnot, merchants. And there is a weird noise in the background there. Yes, Phil, I'm looking at you. I don't know what was going on there. I don't mean to snap. I apologise. Anyway, moving on. They've arrived and they've stumbled across what seemed to be basically a territorial fight between these two creatures, from what they could best establish from looking at the evidence. After the first night had passed, we have had a extra character arrive in the town, a very annoyed kitty, muddy, annoyed, and quite willing to tear shreds off the gold class bard that's the leader of the troop that she's going to be working with in Riversmeet. Everyone's gone to have a long rest, and they've discovered that a small child who had lost her voice has gone missing, been abducted from town, it seems. They've gone out to rescue it. Found again, they've discovered the paw prints of the giant bear and the this guard drake. Gone out to track the little girl, recovered her, and set about following this bear to end the threat it posed. After a few encounters and help granted to the farmer Terence Gentle, who gracefully gave our little Warforged tank there a wonderful magical shield that the rest of the party hates him for, since there's a lot of range there. From there, they have proceeded to track the bear, fight some goblins who I got a few phrases in common, but for the most part, the party didn't speak goblin to know what was being said. And from there, proceeded to track down the bear, and through a few sort of bit of tactical stupidity, let's call it that, where they've sent scouts in and then decided to follow up the scouts and have an argument at the front of the bear's cave, drew its attention and ire, followed by a fight which brought a few members to the brink of death. Very close. It was a tough battle, but they struggled through, which brings us to where we are today. After having inspected the cave in the inner lair and encountering again that guard Drake, who in no uncertain terms told them to bugger off.
Yeah, really did.
They've come back to recover and tend to the injured and plan where they're going from there. So without any further ado, we will get into tonight's game. So the first thing I'm going to need to know is anyone keeping watch
Yep.
I'm not.
I
you're
think we're going to
passing
leave
that.
that to the bot.
The bot's there's easy. He engages in Sentinel mode, and so if no one else is keeping watch, I'll have you roll a perception check for me there for that bastion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm seeing lots of things. 21.
You see shadows moving through the forest here and there. You do see the glowing eyes, and as you come online to see it, you see the drake staring at you before it you see it tear into the ground and burrow away again.
Mm-hmm.
Outside that, in the distance, you do hear voices. You don't understand what they're saying, but there seems to be some arguments as a small group moves past you in the night. They don't come too close to you or cause any issues for your party, but you hear them nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, the rest of the night goes through without any incidents, and you can mark yourself off as having had a long rest.
Yep.
I'll allow you guys to let me know who's speaking up first, whatever.
Well, Tanya, at this point, will be waking up bright and early,
Yep.
because
Noted.
she has an idea of
Okay.
something that came to her mind.
Okay, Nod, I
She-
will sort of nix that for a second, man. I will get back to you in a second. We've got a 4-hour rest on the Alf and a 6-hour on the bot. So is there anything that you two wanted to cover there before the guys have actually achieved their 8 hours? I should have asked his first. Sorry, Nord.
Yep, all good. As far as that goes, Bastion is going to notice a little creature running around camp,
Possibly, possibly not.
and this creature is suddenly sticking very close to Varys.
Basically, in the middle of the night, you will see, just as he comes awake from his rest, this little. From a player's perspective, you'd understand it's a pseudo dragon as a group. Leaf green in colour, curled around his neck, like a cat sitting on either shoulder. Just anyway. Did you come up with a name for that?
Millicent.
Mm-hmm.
And since Bastion obviously sees this,
Nothing is obvious, man. If it's running around the camp and he's on sentry looking out, he may not be aware of it at all.
Well, with that 21, I'm assuming he notices and looks over, and I'm just going to say, hey, yeah, I had a dream. I talked to the person who gives you all these powers, and he gave me this pet thing for me to learn with.
I tell him that the voice of the, even though he's never seen it, is female, and he still says he. Anyway.
And a couple of hours later, he probably answers you.
Yeah, he's not fully cognizant, man. He's still resting, but he's still scanning. He's like a security camera at that point.
Yeah. And then when I finally do come round, I'll just go, okay, that is interesting. Literally 2 hours later, that's the first thing he says.
Yeah.
Which will lead back to pre-dawn. Lord coming up, waking up bright and early. I know it says 8 hours, but you only require 6 of that 8 hours as a rest, which is why you can do the 2-hour stint as sentry.
Mhm.
So Tenya probably wakes up around the time that you're coming back offline your sentry mode, online from your sentry mode.
Mhm.
Um,
Morning,
Tanya's
Tanya.
had an morning, Bastion. I've had an idea.
Oh dear.
And she pulls out one of her mechanical orbs that she's been tinkering with earlier, and she does a little prodding, poking here and there, and then she lays her hand on it, and she mutters some word, and arcane power glows from her hand into the orb. A few seconds go past, a few more. She's focusing, and suddenly this ball just flicks out of her hand to the ground, kind of shakes around a bit, and then bursts out. And standing right before Bastion, staring up at him, is this rather big, not large in size. It's still medium sized, but it looks like a big, like wolf hound looking creature, metallic and wooden construct, standing there in front of Bastion, and gives like a small happy mechanical growl.
Okay, that's new.
Oh, yes, it worked. Oh, I'm so happy. She runs
What
over and
worked?
like cuddles it, and then oh, well, now, oh, what am I gonna call you?
What did you just do?
I made a friend.
No
You're my
kidding.
best. You're my best buddy, aren't you? She just keeps
That
petting this
wasn't
wolfhound thingy.
that wasn't Shepherd, was it?
Oh, no.
Oh, you have another one?
Oh, I have several. I do love to tinker.
No kidding. Oh, yes. Before we go any further, I'd like to have a word with Shepherd, if that's all right.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give him
She
straight
then
back. Don't worry.
Okay, so as all this is happening, she reaches down to her belt pouch, takes out the
Yeah. Dodecahedron.
sorry, the dodecahedron, and hands it over to Bastion. And at the same time, or not right after that, she also calls down her homunculus um,
Mhm.
raven, and it folds in on itself, leaving this like a smaller mechanical ball than the steel defender came out of, and it reverts itself into like it has a pen, like a necklace to it. So she puts that around her necklace, and then infuses her goggles on her head again.
Cool.
That is my turn.
Sebastian's seen this strange little dragon appear around the elf's neck, and then this sort of wolf-type construct suddenly pop into existence in front of him. He's wondering
Gender.
his. I think he's questioning his state of reality at the moment. He goes off and has a word with Bastion. With
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Okay.
About how he's not happy being adventuring, and he'd much rather be part of an army. And he's asking his superior.
Added tension there, son. Tension
Yeah.
adjunct.
So
You're feeling it. You're telling me you're feeling out of place there, adjunct.
I am, sir. I feel I would be much better served within an army structure. I've heard of Sol's Guard and the knights who defend it. I think, given my programming role, etc., I would be much better off in an army defending a country. I think rather than adventuring, it jars with me. It doesn't feel right. I think the best thing for me to do would be to go and join the army here. I think I would be much better served, and it would be much better for my purpose and who I am.
I see
And
there adjunct.
I think also it would help me recover some of my memories. Being in that military structure, I think it would trigger more than gallivanting about the undergrowth and round here. I miss the army, sir.
Understood. We no longer have a formal structure here, but you've been a good soldier, adjunct, and I would grant you your transfer request regardless.
Thank you,
But
sir.
there is nothing to transfer from it. At this point, my command structure is myself and you. So
Sir.
I will continue with they're primitive. She has potential.
Agreed. A
And
little reckless, but interesting.
Recklessness may be what we need if we are to recover our people.
Agreed. Also, sir, if there are members of my squad or others, then I will also be a good point of contact within the army should they wish to
I will
return
send them
to
on your
soldiering.
way. I'll send
Thank
them
you, sir.
to your way. We do need somewhere for them to reintegrate into society.
Yes, sir. And I will make this clear to the authorities and command that I will be. Obviously, if we do get any more Warforged, then I will help them adjust into army life, as I will be a little ahead, and we can take it from there.
Pave the way for a soldier.
Yes, sir.
That's why we keep good shock troops like you around.
Thank you, sir.
As you were, soldier, and best of luck.
You too, sir. It's been an honour to serve with you, sir.
The honour has been mine, Bastion.
And he goes back over to Tanya and said, "Thank you. I needed to do that."
You're welcome. She reaches around now, takes the artifact back, and just smiles.
Yes. Oh, when everybody's awake, I'd like to talk to everybody, please.
Oh, okay. Is something the matter?
Sort of. But it can wait.
Okay. She's semi distracted. She like nods, smiles, puts the artifact down into her pouch, and then turns back to her deal pup and just look at you.
Excuse me, you hear a voice in your head. Look at me? You are undisciplined. And you will address me as shepherd. Or in your case, you can address me as adjunct. Arbiter, sorry. You're better than I am because it's more close to your character than.
Wait.
I thought the skill defender was different to Shepherd.
She didn't use the.
Oh, she's talking to the dog.
Yeah, she's talking to the
Oh,
skill
right.
defender.
I thought you were talking to Shepherd.
No. I said she turns back to her pup and
I
goes
missed
like,
it, sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. At least everybody else listened and I didn't. Anyway.
I'm going to go over and say, wow, what fortuitous timing. It seems we have both been gifted. We we've both been gifted a companion at this time.
Gifted? I made this.
Oh, it looks very. Yes, it looks very nice. If it's supposed to be nice, of course.
She looks over to your familiar, and how big is your familiar? Is it like small size or?
About 75 centimeters head to tail.
It's about the size of a cat.
Yeah, but like when it comes to size compared, is it defined
It's
as small?
It's defined as small. It's about the
Yeah,
size of a
okay.
cat.
Yeah. Well, that one's cute.
Thank you. Yeah, and I say thank you. Thank you. I'm calling. I'm calling it. I'm calling it Millie, or Millicent.
Innocent.
Anyway, what is our rogue and bard doing with all this chatter around them?
Can I just?
Sorry, what was that, Tris?
Can I just do one more quick question to
Mhm.
Tanya before you do?
Yeah.
And I basically ask her about the steel defender. And what is the name of your little pup there?
She looks back to it and goes, "Well, it's just been a project this far. So I haven't really thought of a name yet."
All right. Well, I guess I'll call it pup for now. I guess.
I'll think of a name.
All right. All done.
Yeah, I'm gonna make breakfast. I figure that our poor tabaxi still gonna be very tired, and well, will want to sleep. They've also got to get energy, fuel in the tank. Well, we all do. And I'm a halfling, so I've got stereotypes to upkeep.
You're
Don't suppose you saved any of the meat from the beast? Bet that would taste good between two slices of bread.
No.
Mm.
Although we did get some gold coins. Although we did get some nice gold coins,
Oh, I see how it is.
which we will
I'm the
share out
thief.
with you.
I'm the halfling. Therefore, I've got to have that. Yeah, thank you.
Which we will share out with everyone. As soon as we're all up, everyone was a little bit anxious and tired and cranky amongst other things yesterday. But yeah.
Recovering from near-death experiences.
Hurt, yes, tired, etc.
That's a default state for Bastion and nearly being dead.
Oh dear. But yeah, if he's gonna put some rations over the fire, take the small supply of carve he's got, put that on a separate pot, and give it the love and attention it deserves. Go. Ah, so I miss anything?
A little bit.
Yeah, I believe there are a few little things.
Yeah. For a start, Varys has an interesting little small dragon round his neck, and there's a mechanical dog over there. Sorry, wolf. Number
He kind
two,
of looks slowly around. Oh God, they're breeding.
I know. I'm questioning my state of reality at this point. Number two, there were some shadows and the odd voice during the night. They left us alone very wisely, in my opinion. I couldn't understand them, but they seemed to be just slipping by. I don't know anything of that. Oh, and our friend the Guardian Drake came and kept an eye on us as well. We're obviously still a little close to where the egg was. So I think it was just checking up. We weren't up to no good.
All right. As far as our guests, as far as the passing party, is there a chance you can repeat some of their phrases? Maybe I can identify what their language or anything.
Bastion tries. I don't know to what success.
Roll a straight intelligence for me, man.
19.
Okay. How are you planning on? You can convey it. Some of what was said. How are you planning on understanding it, Varys?
Well,
I was hoping that I'd recognize the language from my list
You
of
don't.
languages.
Not from your list of languages. I
Alright.
know that none of you speak this languages.
All right.
You already proved that you didn't speak Goblin.
All right. No, I just wasn't sure, so I
No.
thought I'd ask because if they were speaking
No.
something like Draconic or something, maybe I'd
Nope.
know it or something. But
Nope.
it's a good try.
yeah.
I
The
thought
question is-
I wasn't sure if you had the comprehend languages or something like that spell.
No, I didn't go with that in the end, and so basically say, no, don't understand a word of that actually.
Actually, with that intelligence roll and me doing it, would I sort of recognise it as Goblin?
You don't recognise it as Goblin as such, as it's what you heard when you were battling them the other day. Because it's only been like a day and a half at most
Yeah.
since you battled them.
Right. So I sort of turned to it and just, it almost sounds like what those little green creatures were speaking. What did we call them? Goblins?
Wait, Gertie was here?
Who?
Do you speak Goblin, Lord?
No, Gertie never taught me any Goblin. I only know Common and Dwarvish.
Yeah. I was
God,
going
you're
to say
such a
you'd be the only one.
racist.
Oh,
No,
maybe I
it's
should
just-
have learned some from Gertie.
Well, since we came in across that party, which we kind of slaughtered the other day of goblin-type creatures, I suspect it might have been another little scouting or thief party or something that was out and about.
That the
Didn't
technical
really
name
think of it
for
at
it.
the time.
A goblin
Yeah,
thief party.
yeah. They sort of yeah, I think it was the same language, but I don't speak it, so I don't really know. But that's what it sounded. Hearing it back again for a second time, it sort of, yeah, I think it was that. But they steered clear of us.
Good decision on their part.
Agreed.
Right. So,
Yes.
those musings aside, what's the plan? We head back to Summerford, report in, collect a nice reward.
Honey Heath.
Honey Heath, not Summerford.
I can't get it out of my
Summerford's-
brain. I know Summerford's a
It's
different
long way.
place.
Alright. Alright. Yeah. Alright. As far as this goes, Varys is going to say, speaking of that, I wanted to have a chat to all you guys when you're up. We seem to somehow.
We're not all up.
I know.
We're not. Vanny's not up yet.
But I'll get like
Just
the
up.
headline out of the way. It's going to take a couple of days to arrange passage out of Honey Heath, probably. If you guys are traveling with me, if you guys are traveling with me and the Bard and whatnot, back to Riversmeet, and I might have a little job in. I might have a little job in town for a little extra money in the meantime.
That's fantastic. Why don't you save the full spiel until we're all up?
I will.
Bacon sarnie?
Yes, please.
Gadis is going to sort of like kind of groan as she
Passes it
sits
to
up at that point, having kind of only heard the tail end of kind of bit as she was waking up. There is one problem with all of this. We still have not found little boy.
That's a
Good
good
well
point.
made.
Just as a note before we go any further, Vinny, make sure you've got no fatigue on your character at this point.
I have got no fatigue on my character.
Yay!
Because we both missed that.
Yes, I shouldn't have had
bloody
that
time.
point of exhaustion.
Exhaustion, yeah. Anyway, as usual, keep going. I just wanted to make sure that critical sort of detail was covered.
Morning,
Right.
Jadis.
As
Anybody have
sorry.
coffee?
Passes her a cup of cave.
Fucking thank you, God. It's just sort of like kind of downs it.
As Jade is waking up and sitting up having her coffee, a wolf creature is approaching her, very up close and sniffing.
This is my coffee. You remove yourself or you become neutered.
Become what?
Neutered.
Neutered.
Spade.
Oh, he does not have any reproductive organs. Tanya says with a kind of grin, leaning over, looking at her.
I'm glad to know that.
I'm not.
I just shove his muzzle out of my face and continue drinking my coffee. I'm too fucking tired to deal with this shit.
It shakes its head and moves away a bit.
Right,
very
now that we're all
impressive,
here.
I am sure, but wait until I am fully woke up. I will surely praise kind of whatever feat that you have just done.
Mhm.
I care less, not at the moment.
Right. Anyway, I've got a couple of things I need to get off my chest. Number one, in that cave, we found a great axe, and a little bit of money, and various piles of bones. None of them were kids' bones, by the way. It was, in fact, the bones of a minotaur. There was a great axe there. Obviously, as I've said, I have no need for it, and I don't think any of you do. So, I suggest we sell it off and
Can I have a look at the
take
great
the money.
axe?
I just pull it off my back and hand it. Tanya probably sags at the knees because they're quite heavy.
Question.
We also have. I found this big bag and pulls out this massive bag which clinks as he puts it down. There's 500 gold there.
Ooh.
I counted. I suggest we just share it amongst the party.
When he brings
or
out the
use
bag,
it.
hold up. When he brings out the bag, it does not clink.
Does it not?
Seems like it's empty.
It's empty.
Well, who found the bag?
Me.
Okay.
I'm no
found-
expert, but isn't the money supposed to be inside the bag?
I check in my pack to see if it's just a hole in the thing.
There is nothing in there, in your pack, other than what should be there.
Yeah. I see. I wonder if the Drake took it.
Can I have a look at the bag?
There's in thief.
So I give the well, no, it was in the same area as the egg was, so I'm just thinking it might have been for the dragon. But
you haven't looked in the bag, you just sort of...
Yeah, I just pass it to Tanya.
Can I spend about... It's a ritual spell, isn't it? I put up...
Probably do it in the background.
Yeah, I take out my... I take out my spell book, and I read up a few lines, and I start the ritual spell costing identify on the bag.
Okay, so while he's doing that, does anyone else want to continue what they're doing or whatever?
Can I see if I can?
Yes, I need to
One at
carry
a
on.
time, guys.
Joseph.
Okay, so Trish was first off the mark there
Okay.
by my hearing.
I just wanted to recall and relay to the group whether or not it was a Blunthorn. The Minotaurs of Blunthorn quickly.
No one actually checked.
Well, we saw the Minotaur, so I'm sure.
You didn't say that. You looked at the bones, but you didn't tell me that you specifically wanted to check it.
My bad.
I gave you the information that it was a Minotaur, but you didn't go any further with it.
Can I do a
correct.
perception and intelligence to see if I remember?
Go for it. It was not a Blunthorn by any means.
Okay, thank you. I relay that to the group.
Interesting. There is some significance in this. Bastion doesn't know.
Blunthorns are friendly. Other Minotaurs generally aren't.
Are they though?
Are we gonna
Are they
need to
though?
institute a code word?
Friendlier.
No, they
Yeah.
aren't. It depends on the situation. It's like saying a wolf's friendly. I mean, if one's
Depends how
been
hungry.
domesticated and tamed, yes, a wolf can be friendly.
Mm.
Anyway, working my way down, Bastion's saying something, and then we'll move to Ed, Colin,
Yeah.
Jadis, Tanya, and Varys.
Yeah. And
So that everyone
I
gets a
sort of say,
spiel.
right. Second thing, I've had a word with Arbiter Shepherd, my superior, and I have decided that once we do get back to Honey Heath, it would be better for me to be in a structured environment, i.e., the army. So I will, once we're back, I will be leaving you to go and join the army of Souls Guard, and act as a point of contact for all my brothers who are going to be waking up soon, I assume, because Shepard and I have. I assume that there'll be more for those who wish to carry on in the army. It's all very well this adventuring, but I miss the army and I'm going to go back to it and serve the people of Soulsguard. I'm sure you guys will find somebody else to help you along the way, but that is my decision, and Shepard has given it his blessing. So until we get back there, I will continue to be a guardian and protector, but at that point, I will be leaving you to go join the army.
Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you, Varys. I
Indeed,
just feel it
wish
would
you
be best.
luck.
I think I'll remember more. I think more of my memories will come back in that environment because that's what I used to do all the time. And I think it will help to trigger my memory and get all the things back that I've lost. And it's a lot that I've lost.
Maybe one day we meet again and we have drinks.
Absolutely. Well, if you ever need a bit of help or whatever, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You can
A soldier in his best place.
I'll be a soldier once more, which is me. And that's it. You should stop at that point.
Righto. Colin, was there anything that you wanted to go with?
I think the only thing that he just going to say is to nod along and just appear fairly happy with that notion, if that's where he feels best, and if it's not, if it ain't right, it ain't right, or fitting. Well,
Tanya is sorry.
Hold up, we're going down the list, man. I'll get to you. Jadis.
Becca?
Yes. Hang on. She's just going to drink her coffee, to be quite honest.
Okay. So, getting back to you there, Tanya, you see, after you complete your ritual as this conversation's happening, and you find it lights up with arcane energy, and from what you can tell, that is a bag of holding. And the reason it had coins in it previously, because they were looking for treasure for rewards. So when they opened it up, they found gold.
Yep. While she's casting the spell, and she's also hearing what's been said in the background, she's not happy at all. But she walks up to Bastion and are you certain? Are you sure about this decision? If you are, I will
I am.
support it.
I am sure. I've talked to Shepard. He's given it his blessing. Don't worry. Shepard has decided to stay with you and keep an eye on you. He knows better and more than I do about our structure, how we work, and everything else. He was a captain. He talked to the artificers that we had a lot more than I did. They were attached to the company and him rather than us. We didn't come across them very much. So he's the best man, I think, to stay with you and help you and guide you. We both agree that you've definitely got talent there. And also, you have had a little time to study me and see what I'm like and the rest of it. So, should you come across others of our kind, you'll have a much better idea of how we work, and I'm sure Shepard will take you through everything else that you need. They may well need some good maintenance, and I have every confidence in you that you're gonna be good. Just a little more caution on occasion.
Fine. Well, I respect your wishes, and if you're sure you'll be fine on your own, I will
I
continue with
will.
this
Don't
party
you worry.
unless you want me to come with you.
No. You learn. You go out and find yourself, and do more. I think you'll be better off out here with people, helping them.
Fine. But you take care when you leave, and I
Yes,
better see you again.
you can always come and visit. I'll try and send word to where I am and where I'm stationed, where I'm garrisoned. And you could always come visit at some point in the future if you want to say hello.
And you better stay safe. I better meet
I
you
will.
again.
Don't worry. I'm not leaving you till we get back to Honey Heath, and then I'll be going on my own separate way.
And then she
Perfect.
she walks. She has not said anything about the bag yet. She just like holds it up, acting as if it like a mundane bag. Like, does anyone need this bag?
I would like to make a perception roll to see just how well she's hiding the fact that this is something clearly unusual.
Yep, deception for Tanya, insight for you, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it would be insight.
I will
Damn
look at the tattered remains of my bag barely holding itself together after the journey. I would not mind it.
I'm going to use my inspiration to do a reroll on that insight.
Yep.
Nice.
Not 18 for me.
So, yep, mark your inspiration off as used. She is hiding something from you.
Let me have a look at that.
Fine, it's a bag of holding.
Thank you very much, he says, taking it from her, assuming she doesn't fight back.
Wait.
I would suggest that we give it to Jadis because her bag's looking a bit tatty.
You make a persuasive argument, and he kind of steps aside, so he's not in between Jadis and this
Well,
very, very useful object.
Mm-hmm.
She needs it. She doesn't have one. Don't you worry. You'll get something neat as well at some point soon.
Useful for the group as a whole.
Well, that, and it would be nice for me when it comes to all my tinkering. It would be nice to have something to put all my parts.
We'd
and
all
gadgets
like to
with,
have it.
without it weighing us down.
Do not worry, this bag has kind of served me fine. If she wants to keep it, she can keep it.
It's fine. If you
I will
need
get
it.
new one. I will get new one when I get into town.
Not that I really care, but so is the money still in there, or?
That's the point. Turn it upside down.
Oh yeah, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, and she thinks about gold and just kind of like she clears out a small patch on the grass and holds it upside down, and then okay, gold. And from her understanding, it should pour down.
No, you got to think about what you're looking for and reach your hand in for that.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay, never mind.
There are other
Sticks my
ways
hand
of
in.
getting things out of there, but that comes down to your understanding. Roll intelligence check for me. Arcana, actually.
Arcana? 21 on intelligence, but yeah, Arcana.
Oh, either way, that's going to be the same.
Yeah, 24 on Arcana.
Yeah, it's going to be basically the same. You understand that if you turn the bag inside out, anything that's in there is going to come out.
All right. So yeah, she kind of like you have to reach your hand in and think about it. Is that right?
Yeah,
so
you got to think. You got to know what you're looking for to get anything out of there.
So her thought then is like instead of reaching her hand in and putting out like a handful at a time, she kind of like holds it upside down, sticks her hand in, and then thinks about the gold, and it should like come drizzling.
So basically,
onto her hand.
she gets there and she starts reaching in and just dragging all this gold out onto the ground, then upside down, and sure enough, there's a pile of gold there.
Good stuff.
Counting it, you discover that there is slightly more than the 500 that he initially counted. So mark down as a group 500. I'm assuming you count it.
Yeah.
You find 563 gold.
So okay, so question, guys: do we split this evenly between us, or do we mark it up as a party fund?
There's to split at this moment, as Bastian is leaving us.
Seconded.
So
No.
Splitting it between us?
I will have no need of gold in the army. You guys keep it and make sure everybody's got what they need. I'd forfeit my share for the group. We did this together. It should stay with the group to help. I will have plenty of things from the army.
You will need new shield.
Oh.
You will need new shield. And kind of to be the cursed of the curse.
No, don't you worry about that. This shield was part of the Souls Guard army. I'm sure they can sort me out and help me out. So don't you worry about that. You keep hold of the gold. My sort of parting gift to the party. Plus, we've got this great axe thing, and I'm sick of carrying it around, so we'll sell that off and bung it in the pot as well. As I say, I've no need. The army has plenty of weapons. The army has plenty of stuff. They'll be able to help me with the cursed shield. I don't see it as a problem.
All right, but I'm going to insist we get incredibly drunk as a goodbye party.
Okay, so do we split or have it as a party fund?
I would prefer
that goes in the party fund. I'm going to keep what gold I got when I came in. And, so, yeah, adventuring, shared, own personal business, that's your own.
There was a differing opinion in there, so moving down Bastion's saying no. Colin says party fund. Vinny, I think you said personal. Split.
He said split. Yes.
We still have not heard from Tenya or Varys on this, so start with Varys and we'll go to Tenya after that.
Varys is umming and ahhing about this. Well, I think before I make my decision on this, we need to talk about the next move and the job that I have in town as well. But I figure we can talk about this on our way back to town anyway.
Yeah, but still, I still need to know if you want to split or have it as a shared party fund.
Varys has given his answer that he has not decided yet.
Not decided yet. Okay. For me, it doesn't
Abstaining.
matter. I'm fine with it being split or as a party fund. I'm fine with either. So
Colwyn just shakes his head.
Well, it seems well as far as this goes, it seems that we're split down the middle. So it might be an idea that it might be a good idea to split it down the middle, and one half we share out as personal funds, the other half we keep as party funds. Maybe then, best of both worlds.
well, we could do that, like split it in half and then split one half evenly, like you said. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do that and save one half as a party fund.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Seems to suit everyone.
And you said it was. Are you agreed to this, Jace?
That suits me.
Okay, so you said how much was it? 560.
3.
63.
You've got roughly 70 gold each, because Bastion will not take any money.
Hang on, let me get my calculator out.
Yeah, that's what I've just done.
563 split into. So 281 for party fund, 281 gold and 5 silver for party fund, and then.
Well, if you make it 280, then you've got a split 70, 70, 70, 70 between 4 people.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say that Varys also says there was also like 20 gold amongst the Minotaur too, so he tosses that into the pot as well.
Right.
So sorry to mess up your math.
No, that's all right, because it's basically everybody gets an extra 5 gold, so you get 75 gold each.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody takes 75 gold and then 280.
I'll sort it, Nord.
Yeah.
I'd say personal funds and have someone that acts as a treasurer. Keep it organised.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
I'll
the
do
treasurer
that.
would be best.
I'll use the bag of holding as a treasurer. So adding 75 to my own, and then I will inventory manage.
You've basically got 283 left.
283. Thank you. Yep.
And a great axe.
I'll chuck that into the bag of holding as well.
Yeah, saves me having to carry it.
Yep.
So whoever's the party treasurer, I'm guessing that's Nord at the minute. Over to you from now. But everybody has 75. Yeah, 75 gold.
Right, was there anything else you guys wanted to cover there, or do you want to start on the next phase of whatever you're doing?
Yep.
Done.
I'm good. I
Jadis
think the
is
next
gonna-
phase is just heading back. Sorry, go on.
Jadis is just gonna kind of quickly get changed.
Today's fur colour?
Black with white stripes.
Okay. She ducks out. You hear her get changed, clean up a little bit, and she comes back with a more pantherish coat with white stripes.
Right, best get that tent down.
So, without too much trouble, you break down camp and start making your way back to Honey Heath. I'll get a survival check real quick from whoever's leading the group back.
I will.
Okie dokie.
12.
It's not too difficult. You've got a fair idea of the direction, and you manage to make your way back towards the river. Not the river, the roads running between the towns. And with the position of the sun, you know that it's directly east of where you were, so you start heading back east along the main road.
All right. So can I do a spiel whilst we're traveling along? So guys, I don't know if you know much about the history of Honey Heath, but there is a iron mine nearby, and it was pretty profitable for the town. But unfortunately, during the dark times when all were, uh, unfortunately during the dark times when all the elves went a little bit mad, um, they they decided to close down the mine because the mine was getting a little too close to the Great Wood. But now that that's all over, my family, who actually owns the land which the mine would have extended into eventually, um, is trying to cut a deal with the town to reopen the mine. Although part of that involves clearing out the mine. So, first of all, are any of you guys claustrophobic?
No.
Not really.
We still have little boy to find.
I realise that
You are
too.
interested in mine?
I
Finish one job before we start another.
He's greedier than I am. Money, 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 money.
Well, as far as this goes, don't consider it money. Consider it my duty to arrange this. It is one.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
It is the reason why I was sent to this town. To
One off.
yeah. Yeah, it's
well,
more a
we
sense
can
of
mark
duty.
it on to a to-do list, but I think Jadis has a point. This boy might be more important.
Oh yeah.
Seconded.
I'm
Nothing
not saying the boy should be.
Is.
I'm not saying the boy should be ignored. Just putting the idea out there. That
The mine isn't going anywhere.
I know, just putting the idea out there whilst we have time to chat along the way,
No,
chat on this road. That's all.
took too long to get the mine. It ran away.
It's got a mind of its own.
Well, okay, so now you said
Anyway.
that, we have that on the to-do list, but how do we all go about finding this boy then? Should we ask? We could ask more about town, see if anyone else has heard or seen anything.
Not a bad idea, that.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
Well, we will have to. He was not in the cave. Then you did not see any sign of him in there, did you?
No.
There were no boy-shaped bones. There were no bones which would be his size in there. So nah.
No, there was no sign of him in there.
Which is kind of I'm happy about that.
But at the same time,
It leaves the question of where is he then?
And who took him?
Is he taken at all?
would those wolves have had a den nearby that they may have?
That's a possibility.
When was
But
he
those-
last seen?
Well, it was before the little girl went missing. It was before we turned up in the town, I think.
Was the girl the last one to see him?
I think so.
At least that we know about.
Well,
Yeah.
she's talking now, so
Mhm.
I guess we ask around town and we talk to. Looking for her name.
Erin Hawkins.
Erin Hawkins.
Yeah.
The
The
friend
mother?
that was missing was called Benedict Harper. That's the little
And
boy we're looking for.
Has anybody spoken to his parents?
We did speak to the mother when we first found out about it and said that we'd look into it.
Very concerning.
Very.
It was not wolves if it was not bear.
Yeah.
Then there is third thing in village.
Drake?
I'm a bit concerned with these goblin parties too. I hope they're not the ones that have been nicking children.
Not good.
Absolutely.
Intelligence check. Would have I heard of any reports of goblins kidnapping children?
For
In
in Honey Heath.
Oh, like I'm talking about. I'm talking about in other places too, like in the Great Wood, for example.
Goblins don't go near the Great Wood, man.
All right, just throw
It's
it.
not really anywhere near where the
Mm.
freed goblins wouldn't, as such. Goblins from Bull's Valley, quite definitely yes, but they don't go anywhere near the Great Wood, and that's a long way away. But that's not really them doing something by choice.
All right, I'm going to point. I'm just going to say, well, it is somewhat interesting for the goblins to be here because they are getting a little bit close to the Great Wood, and they generally don't. They generally don't.
It's not so much that they wouldn't go to the Great Wood, man. It's that Soul's Guard's between them and where the Great Wood really is, and where they are.
Well,
It's
not.
not. It's got nothing to do with the Great Wood. It's just proximity.
Well, they are between the Great. They're close to the Great Wood now. All right.
Yeah. Oh, is it? The question is it like in the nature of goblins to kidnap and abduct children?
Are you asking me or the other characters?
No, that's what she's asking herself and trying to think. Would she have remembered
So it's directed at me
Gary
as much as
talking about
anything.
it? Yeah.
You would have a fair idea that the ones serving the Minotaurs are very much a slave race. The males are slave soldiers. The females are kept for breeding purposes to get the next generation. They are all meat for the table as well. Outside that, basically, a goblin is capable of great evil due to the fact that they have been overly abused and that they are absolutely terrified of their masters, the Minotaur. And basically, they're more scared of the horror of being eaten than they are of dying.
Yeah. So in Tanya's mind, then, like she would not put it above her head that the goblins might actually go about and kidnap children. This is very plausible.
If ordered to by, if a a Minotaur slave soldier, most definitely.
Yeah. So she
Sorry,
relates.
goblin slave soldier.
Yeah, and they're not too far off from Minotaur territory as either.
Oh,
so
yes, they are.
All
You're
right.
at the eastern edge of.
Oh, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Minotaurs
Sorry,
are off to the
Minotaurs are
west.
Riverwood.
Hold up,
Sorry.
Benny.
Yeah, just a note, in case people actually forget. Goblins are vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Very important information. That.
All right. At this point, Varys is going to say, "I wonder if the goblins roaming around here have anything to do with the Minotaur skeleton we discovered too."
No, that's a
In
good
the
point.
cave with the huge monster.
Yes,
Yep.
it may be the. Yeah.
I mean, the conclusion that I instantly came to was the monster came across it, there was a tussle, and it came off the worst, and he mostly ate it.
I know.
I am also concerned about the monster before itself. I found something, guys.
Mm.
And she takes out the artifact that she found embedded in the monster's chest. This frost beast that we fought was not a frost beast of nature. It was manipulated and made into what it was. And this here, I do believe, was the source of that manipulation.
You, Bastion, you'll recognize it as a lesser ranked crystal arcanum core, possibly from a peon. It's not as advanced as yours, and certainly not as advanced as Shepard's.
Right. Whoa. Could you just pass me that for a moment, please, Tanya?
And she does.
And I examine it.
It has, during the fight, whatever caused it, whatever damage it received from that fight, has cracked. You see, some of them are older. Roll an investigation for me.
20.
You get the sense that whatever power was in this has been damaged for some time and has been draining into that bear. And though it might have been changed somewhat to begin with, it was going a little bit further due to the radiation and the leakage from the power in that Arcanum core.
Right. I relay this. Passed the call back to Tanya and just said, yes, I heard rumours that some of our artificers had started to experiment in this way. It was forbidden.
That's right.
A blasphemy.
Would I have seen mentioning of these forbidden things in?
No.
No.
Okay.
So I sort of say, Tanya, I'll run you through what I know, which isn't much as we walk. But as far as everybody else is concerned, that bear was artificially. That's why it was so hard to defeat. It was artificially enhanced, and this was forbidden amongst us. We hunted down these artificers to stop them doing it.
You'd understand, Bastion, that this is what was done to that bear was of artificing at the highest level when it was at its height.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I'll sort of relay that.
Well, if it was my sort of talents at a very high level, as you say, that means this object is possibly very, very old then.
Very, very probably.
I think I might have a word with Shepard myself at some point.
Very good idea. He may know more. I only heard rumours.
I put the core away. Well, still, how it ended up inside that beer is still very puzzling, and also one thing to consider that I don't think it got embedded into that bear all by itself. That somebody actually have had to do that.
Agreed.
And someone who has gotten their hands on this core, someone who knew what it would do, or at least had a notion of what it would do, maybe.
Either that or the bear was very young when it was done and he's lasted that long, but I can't see it.
I can't really
About
see a bear
2,000
living.
years.
Yeah, I
You
can't
know.
really see a bear living that long.
At this, Varys says, do you think the core could extend the bear's life then?
Possibly, I don't know enough about it. Shepard might know a little more, but I don't think it was something that we were particularly involved with. But as I say, the Arbiter might well know a lot more than I.
Well, if that were the case, if this bear would have lived for that long, don't you think the people around here, more people would have spotted it and knew about it instead of like, oh, something has been roaming?
Agreed.
All right.
I'm with you, Tanya. I don't think it would have extended the bear's life that long, but we don't know how long it could have extended it. You know, if that bear's 100 years old and it's just been lying low, it's only recently it's come into contact with Honey Heath. We just don't know these things, so I think it's a bit pointless speculation. Have a word with Shepard, see what he knows, and then we'll take it from there.
I'll have a word with him later, yeah.
Okay.
Um, and and of course the other thing is this unseasonably cold weather that's been around for the last 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
15, 20 years may speculatively be a factor in this.
Possibly.
Just putting
I
it
don't
out
know.
there because it's another weird event.
Quick question about that. Off
Out
beat.
of character.
Yeah, the weather changes, didn't those actually start around the time Gertie and Raven and all these were partying
It was
together?
happening just before they started their adventuring. It was
Yeah,
present back then. I did mention it several times in the first
yeah,
campaign.
yeah. I thought I remembered as much that it
Mm.
was getting colder. Yeah. So yeah, Tanya would be familiar with this phenomenon with her time with Gertie as well. So
Hmm. It's something it's been around long enough that it's starting to be seen as just kind of a little normal now, I think. But the older folks that are aware of it as being a thing. Anyway, if there's nothing else that people wanted to do, we'll move this along and
yeah,
yeah,
let's not dilly
um,
dally.
we'll without too much effort towards the late afternoon. You see Honey Heath on the horizon as you travel down this road, and you realise just how far you travelled away from it, and how far that bear had travelled back to its lair.
Oh, that's a long bloody walk.
It really is, yes. What I suggest we do is call in at the farm, which is on this side of town anyway, I think, and
Mm.
check in with Terence, and then we can carry on into town, and we can all get a good meal and a good night's kip, and I can do what I need to do.
Mm.
I'll drink to that.
Is yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Although as far as that goes, I wonder if anyone else is looking forward to a warm bath.
Well,
Your curiosity about bathing habits is creepy.
I mean, you can go ahead and have a bath if you will. I don't think my conscience allows me to be that quite relaxed until we figure out more about this boy.
Fair.
I would like to know. He has been missing a while now, and another night is not good.
True. But that's a
So
long walk.
you all arrive at the Gentle Farm as the sun is dipping towards the horizon there. And he's just working on some fencing repairs, obviously, because of recent events. And
Hi,
again,
Terry.
that as you come in there, that little pup comes up, running up against you again. sees the steel defender, yelps and runs back the opposite direction.
It's not that easily scared. Oh wait, the pup run off? Not the
Yes.
steel... Yeah, okay,
Yeah, the
never
pup
mind.
runs off. The steel defender didn't run off.
I thought you said steel defender ran off.
No, this puppy isn't that scary.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go up to Terry and just go, "Good evening, sir."
Ah, thank you. Good to see you all right there. Bastian, I believe, wasn't it?
It was, sir, yes. We have some good news for you.
He
The
stands
ice
up,
bear
straightens his
is
back,
no more.
and you see the relief in his eyes as he lays his hammer down on one of the nearby posts. Oh, I cannot tell you how relieved I am. I think I promised you a reward, didn't I?
I've reward enough in the shield, but my fellows, I believe, yes, you promised them a little reward.
You don't need to worry about that, Terry. Happy to help out.
Are you sure?
Look, you're struggling to keep your head above water at the moment, mate. Anything we take from you, I don't want to make a man destitute.
Can I? Do you want some honey or honeycomb?
Oh, if it's
I
not
will
too
not
much
say
trouble.
no to honey.
I've got a few jars here that you can have in the warehouse.
Sounds good.
Sounds sweet.
He
Oh,
looks
really?
at Ferris
Oh,
and just gives him a blank look. Goes, right. And he goes back and he brings back a box of about 6 jars of honey. It,
Ah, lovely stuff.
jammed into the bag of holding.
Fine. She opens it up. Toss it in.
Why carry it when you don't have to?
Mhm.
Remember, guys, this is out of character. The bag of holding has a limit of 500 pounds.
Mhm.
Well, that's a good thing we've got someone who's looking after it and is keeping a note.
Sure. Yeah,
Everyone else is instantly relieved that they're not having to deal with it.
Yep.
I needed to put all my heavy stuff in. Good. You can keep a track of that.
Anyway, he goes,
I,
sorry, go on, Benny.
I do want to ask though, about little boy that went missing.
He straightens his back, straightens up, puts his hands to his back, stretches. Little boy?
Um, Benedict was its name?
Benedict.
Benedict Harper.
Oh, the young Harper boy. I did hear something of that. Happened to. I'm assuming you guys, you'd only just arrived in town when I saw you at the inn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, he'd only just disappeared like the day or two before.
Right.
I don't
It was.
honestly don't go to town that much to hear a lot
Yeah.
of.
That's fair enough, Terry. Yeah, we didn't find any sign of him in the bear's lair, so we suspect something else has happened there.
Well, hopefully he's okay still.
So do we. We're gonna keep on looking.
If a concerned look, he
Oh.
goes. If I can find any information, I'll certainly send it your way.
Thank you, sir. Right, we'd best get to town.
Yes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
It was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
And you there, kitty cat. He
Jadis.
like
Winters.
Jadis. Pleasure to meet you, Jadis.
I was expecting Jadis to hiss at him at that point.
Yeah, I kind of was actually.
He's been fencing and working all day. He's tired. He doesn't have enough time or energy to be polite. Too polite.
Fair enough.
He
Right,
he
let's
is
get going.
exhausted.
Right,
Um,
let's go to town.
on. So you leave the gentle farm to Terrence's well wishes, and um, as you walk away, you hear the hammer start up again as he tries to bash this last cross beam into place and secure it. Without too much effort, you arrive back at Honey Heath as the sun starts to dip to touch a horizon, and you get the sense that within the next hour it'll be dark.
Right. So we want to get some food in the tavern, ask some questions around, see what we can do to track him, and then start fresh in the morning. At least that's my proposal.
Unless
I
there's not.
second that. That sounds like a very good idea.
Right. Well, I'm off to see the what is he? The sort of sheriff, the guard captain, whatever he
The
is.
sergeant of the watch,
Right.
Oh,
I'm off to
sergeant
see
of the
the
warden of
sergeant.
the wardens of the watch. Yeah.
she
Yeah,
she
I'm
runs
off
up
to
to
see the warden.
Bastion. Tanya runs up to Bastion, like gives him like a light fist bump to the shoulder, like, well,
Don't leave
good
me.
luck, good luck out there. I will miss you, and I want to leave you with a reminder. She kind of like reaches up to with her. She takes out her what's it called? Um, Tinker's chisel marking thing, and it pulsates with arcane light. Like, can I brand you with this marking as a reminder?
Go on then.
He places it like to his chest area, like, and it leaves like a brand of um, her trademark brand as a reminder of friendship.
Yeah. Ah, that looks quite good. Thank you. All right, I'll leave you all now. I might nip in for a beer before I go off on my journey, which I'll probably be doing tomorrow morning anyway. But till then, I will see you a bit later.
So the rest of you proceed to the inn, and we'll get to you in a second. You head over to the western side of the square there, Bastion. Make your way into the woods of the watch. Pat your head in, and sitting at the desk there is a elder halfling.
He marches up, salutes. Good evening, sir.
What's all this then?
Well, as you know, I am a warforged.
Don't know that. I've never met you before, sir.
Ah, well, I am. I recently woke up and I've been helping
Good
out a
morning.
bit round town, but I've decided that my place, as I was a soldier in an army many, many years ago, nearly 2000 in fact, I think my place is better served and my purpose better served. It's what I was built for, is to be a soldier once more.
What sort of soldier would you be there then?
I was an adjunct in the army of Earl Bay, the
From Earl's
equivalent
Bay?
of a sergeant. I am happy to start at the bottom and work my way up.
I meant more along the lines of you're a scout or you're the
I was
real
a
soldier on
defender.
type, or
I was
so
a
a
defender.
frontline defender, soldiery
Yep,
type.
shield
You'd
and
be
hammer,
looking
as
for
you can
the
see.
knights in, I guess, and you know.
That sounds like a very good idea, sir.
Then I can probably put a word in for you or a recommendation. You'd probably have to head towards either Riversmeet or Summerford. Best bet would be either June City or Sentinel Keep.
I'm
One of the
happy
Three
to go.
Sisters.
I'm more than happy to go where needed, sir.
Uh, can I'll definitely put a recommendation in for you.
Well,
Then
if
we
you
can
could, sir,
sort of.
that'd be fantastic.
He looks down at a ledger and goes, "Do see that there's a barge heading west towards Summerford, and it's not too much of a jaunt to Sentinel Keep from there.
Brilliant. I will do that then, sir.
Though that doesn't leave until tomorrow afternoon."
That's brilliant. In fact, is there any chance you could do the letter of recommendation either this evening or tomorrow morning? And I will take it with me as I go.
You know, that's fine. He starts writing down and puts his seal on it. Goes, "You seem like a good sort.
Thank you, sir.
We can. We're times of peace now, but we can always use more people to protect us."
Yes, sir. I was thinking also if any more of my brethren woke up, I'd be a good point of contact within the army to help get them, adjusted to modern life.
That would be fantastic. Sentinel, I will let you know that Sentinel is the most dangerous posting in Salzgard, just for your awareness, just due to the proximity to the Kamadi.
Well, I'm sure I'll discover what the Kamadi is, but I'm built for this. I'm built to defend. I am a soldier by nature and by training. Hopefully, I can remember more of my training as I go. 2,000 years at the bottom of a river has left me a little dazed and confused. And I'm hoping that
how? You're
about
how old?
2,000 years.
He
About 2,000
looks
years.
at you, and there's a slight appearance of disbelief in his face.
Well, considering when I was about, Earl Bay was my ultimate commanding officer, and now
But you're
there's a
not talking
town
about
called
this.
after him.
You're not talking about the city. I assumed you were talking about the city of Earls Bay, but you're talking about a person.
Yes, I believe that the city was named after him.
Well, that's something that the history books don't have. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to meet you. I'm Quinn Rivershine.
Thank you, Sergeant Rivershine. I'm eternally grateful for your help, and I hope to be able to serve Soul's Guard with distinction in the future.
I'm sure you will, soldier. It's a pleasure to meet you, Adjunct.
And he rips off an absolute perfect salute.
He nods, salutes you back.
He takes his recommendation and disappears off back to the tavern. Spend the last night with his friends that he's made.
While Bastion's doing that, you guys walk into the inn, and where are you doing? And what are your thoughts and things there? We'll start from the bottom. What are people doing? Severus?
Very, very quickly, I
Yep.
was going to suggest a brief
Short break.
break
Yep.
before we get into that because it's a nice natural slot.
Yep.
And
Perfect.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
give us
quarter of an hour.
Quarter of an hour on the hour. So
Yeah.
thank you for bearing with us for this slightly slower session. But there's plenty of RP points that are just begging to be done.
How many?
So many.
So we will return and on the hour for anyone that's watching. And that you are correct in assuming that we are losing our Warforged.
It's not goodbye. It's au revoir.
It's until we meet again.
Mm-hmm.
Indeedy doodly.
Anyway, we'll pull it up there and we'll be back on the hour, everyone.
Yep.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
So, going back to the inn and the party, what is everybody doing? I'll start at the top with Colin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and get some drinks and some food in for people at the bar, and have a quick word with the barman.
Okay.
Is it the Minotaur?
No, it is not.
Evening. How's business?
You see before you a human man, middle-aged. Yeah, not too bad. How are you, little one? Not that little, I suppose. Full grown for a halfling. Tall for your race.
Accurate. But less of the comments about the race and the height and, all the things that I can take offence to.
Ah, no offense meant. It's just been a long day. We're a bit understaffed at the moment. I didn't expect to be working today.
Oh. Well, you missing some people?
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen. Dakin generally only works weekends for us.
Fair enough. But yeah,
This
I'd
is-
like to get a round of drinks in plus meals for 4, please.
Okay, round of drinks. So 4 drinks, 4 meals.
Yeah, to start with. He puts a gold piece on the bar. Keep a tab running. I'll be good for the rest of it.
Not an issue. The almost like magic, the gold coin disappears, and he pokes his head in, and you hear the young halfling waitress respond and organises some food and drink for you.
Ah. But yeah, did you say that the Minotaur only works on the weekends?
Pick up an extra day during the week here and there, but mostly it's just the Sunday.
Ah. What does he do with the rest of his time, if you don't mind me asking?
He lives out of town.
Keeps to himself, huh?
A little bit. I mean, to be understood, it's a culture shock for him. Especially with how warlike they are as a race.
Fair enough. As long as he doesn't get too much trouble, seems like a decent enough bloke to me.
Oh, he's the right gent, always kind and happy to help out.
Hey, you'll never guess what we found when we were out solving the mystery of what was going after the apiaries.
Oh yes, there was a mystery. I heard that old Terence has had his beehives getting raided by something.
Yep, he, for the sake of brevity, goes on to explain about the tracking, the coming across of these beasts in the cave and of bringing it down. Leaves out the stuff about, oh yeah, there was a mechanical device in them powering them, because you don't need to know that.
A giant ice bear, you say? And by ice bear,
Yeah,
you mean literally it was breathing ice?
oh, exactly.
That's a new one, or maybe. Yeah, never heard of it. Then he pauses and goes, "Hmm." There's a full expression on his face, strokes his chin. You know what? This isn't the first time I've had trouble with the apiaries on the Gentle Farm, but usually it passes. It's every so often, and then it doesn't.
Oh,
I think it last time was about 10 years ago.
that right. Tell me, If I was the scholastic sort, where would I go for the town records of such things?
Maybe the wardens of the watch. They might have records if it was reported to them.
Ah, cheers very much. Takes the
No
drinks and
worries.
goes over to the table, the rest of the guys, and just takes a moment and proceeds to fill people in on what he's heard about the Minotaur and about the town records.
That's a good place to start.
Not just a pretty face, he says with a playful wink. Although I have also been told that I've got a face only a mother could love, so it's a tricky thing. Anyway, drink, food,
Sounds good.
taking stock. And he can, just like my character, I'm now going to sit down and stuff my face and have something to drink.
Righto. So we will work our way down to Jadis, and if there's anything you wanted to work on there.
What did we say about muting phones? Gordon Bennett.
One rule for the GM, one rule for everybody else. No, I forgot about it. There we go. There will be no more raptor squeals, I promise.
Good.
So, the ape already has problems every so often. It is nothing new, although scale this time was larger than last. Minotaur only works occasionally, not full time. What does he do with the rest of the time? Does it really matter? Is it connected? Is it not? Little boy is still missing. What
You
else
think there
is
might be
there to
something
know?
nefarious? Sorry.
No, I don't think there's anything nefarious with Minotaur, in all honesty. I mean, lots of people work part-time. That's not unusual.
Yeah.
And he has been here a while, but this is only little boy that's gone missing. It seemed connected to Bear, but obviously it is not, as we did not find little boy with Bear.
Yeah. That being said, can't get too distracted. Like I said, we still got to find out what happened to that poor kid. And he gets back to nomming.
Yeah,
Was there
she's
any-
just sort of like kind of just picking away at she finishes well, she's gonna finish her meal and she's gonna go and find a new bag. But wait, hang on, it's gonna be late, so she'll have to wait till the morning.
Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
was there anything that you wanted to do with your character there, or?
Nah, nothing special.
Okay, we'll move on to Varus. Same question.
Varys is going to say, Varys is going to say, it's a pity Jacob isn't here, because if someone was after a giant weapon like what we found in the cave, it'd be him.
As you're saying this, the barmaid, the waitress is bringing out your meals, and she hears you mention Dakin and a weapon. You found a giant weapon of some sort, yeah? You mean like the one on the wall there? As you recall, some of you've seen the giant battle axe on the wall behind the bar. And sure enough, she turns around and goes, "Oh, right, he must have taken it with him." And there's a frown on her face as she says that, and shrugs and goes back to the kitchen.
Hey, wait! Come back.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Show her the axe.
Oh, you're talking to Tanya?
Yes.
Mhm.
I wasn't there. Yeah. She moves over and reaches into the bag of holding, envisioning the great axe, and begins to pull it out. This one?
The what was her name? Minerva, I think it was. Looks at the axe and goes, "Yeah, that's the one. I thought, what are you doing with Deccan's axe?"
We
Oh,
found
well,
it in a cave with a bear.
She looks closer and goes, "Oh, it's a bit more rusted. He takes a lot better care than that." Sorry, I thought it was the same one. If a minotaur, you say?
well, I think the guy said a minotaur skeleton.
Minotaur skeleton.
I hadn't actually mentioned anything. I just said the bear.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
never mind.
I'll backtrack. Sorry, I'm not 100% on. I apologize, guys. A bear?
Well,
How did the bear? What? I'm confused.
no,
The-
no, I do believe the guy said that there was a skeleton of a minotaur in the cave where the bear came from.
Might I have a look at that?
Yeah, she puts it on the counter in front of her.
Yeah, she wasn't going to pick it up.
Yeah.
It's bigger than she is. She climbs up, drags over a chair, stands up on it to have a look at it better,
Yeah.
and begins to inspect it.
Yeah, and this minotaur skeleton, he didn't look like, and he wasn't a friendlier Blunthorn either. This minotaur wasn't a friendlier Blunthorn either.
She looks up and goes, "Well, no minotaur's really friendly for the most part, but honor, free. It's a rare being like Dakin that he actually is. A lot of them are bitter about what's been done to them, or their lot in life. Very few actually find their place and come to terms with it." She then continues to inspect the axe, shaking her head. One moment. I am all sorts of prepared. She turns around to the bar and motions the bartender over, and he comes over and goes, "What's up, Whenever?" Looks at the battle axe. "What are these guys? That's not. What are they doing with Dakin's axe?" He starts to say and pauses, looks at it and goes, "No, this isn't Dakin's axe, I don't think, Arthur." He looks at it and goes, "No, his axe is in far better condition."
Do you know where? Can you direct us to where Deacon lives?
Surely can. I know that he looks back over the bar and goes, "He usually just leaves the axe here. It's simple of, settle down roots, I think he said once. And this is home. So it's always there so he can protect us. But I can certainly give you the directions. It's a little ways out of town to the south."
Thank you very much. I would like to go visit him.
Yeah. Looks up.
What time is it? About nighttime?
Probably about 6, going on 7 by this point. Bastion, you're probably walking back in around this time.
Clump, clump, clump.
I am going to go and find our Minotaur friend. And I'm going to grab the axe and head out.
Not a problem.
Do we have
as-
to?
Oh, you don't.
So we'll continue with Jadis in a moment. Bastion, as you're coming in, you see Jadis going out carrying a very large axe over her shoulder. You reckon it is the one that you and Barris found in the cave?
Off to have a word with, oh God, what's he called? Dakin, is it? Dakin?
Taken, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Take care out there.
As you're walking out the door, you notice that it is indeed getting dark, and there's a few people on the streets. Without much effort, you make it to this small house on the outskirts of town. Was there anything that the rest of the crew wanted to do before I get into this with Vinny?
Yeah, I was just going to go over, grab a beer, and sit down with everybody.
Yeah.
And go
So-
basically, well, my last night with you, I will be leaving you. The boat leaves tomorrow afternoon. It's been a pleasure working with you, but the call of the army is strong. Here's
As
to a successful venture that we've just had, and I wish to, give you all good luck.
as you're saying
through-
this, Silver, who'd been tuning his harp, preparing for a show, or just finishing one, comes over and joins you guys again, and motions around for the people at the table.
Silver.
What's that, lad?
Look.
You leaving them, or you leaving us? Are you?
I am, yes. My place is better served in the army of Souls Guard. A soldier I was made, a soldier I am, and I would serve better in an army in a structured military environment. So this adventuring doesn't really suit me, I don't think. So I
Oh, a
shall
soldier's
go
a soldier's a soldier.
and it's I just feel that will be better. I think I can help all my brethren adjust as they awaken, as I have, and act as a point of contact, and just I think that's where I need to be.
Oh, good luck to you then.
Thank you, sir.
And you guys all sit in, just talking, drinking, having dinner.
Yep.
Jadis,
Mm-hmm.
you make your way to this house at the very edges of the. It's getting out of town. It's kind of between the first few farms, well, not being inside the gates and walls of the village,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not out past the farms. And you can see a small house. There's no lights to it on at all. The house is dark at your approach.
I go up and knock on the door.
No answer.
Around the back.
You make your way around the back. There's a few small windows that are closed and on inspection locked, but no other doors.
Can I see in through the windows? See if I can make anything out?
Find one that's slightly got a slight crack on it that you can peer through, and dark vision. Obviously, it's still dark inside. but you see a few things lying around, but there's nothing you cannot actually see anyone in there at the moment, and there is no lights going inside from what you can see. Roll a perception check for me.
Do, do, do.
Mm-hmm.
20.
You hear as someone large walks up behind you, and you hear them before they. You hear them, you turn and you see this large horned figure reaching out to touch you on the shoulder.
Oh,
How can I help you there? How can I help you there?
yes, we found the bear in the cave. We managed to kill the bear. And my
That's
friends
mighty
found
well.
this axe. She
He
shows me the axe.
takes it up, thoughtful expression on his face.
At first we thought it was yours. But then
He
we realized that yours is actually in much better condition.
he half turns, and you see that his axe is actually in its harness on his back. He looks at it, takes a deep breath, and goes, "I haven't seen this in a long time. It belonged to one of my brothers."
I am sorry for your loss.
I'm not. He was murderous scum. I was once murderous scum. But it is all we knew.
In that case, I am not sorry for your loss.
I am saddened for what he could have, how much more he could have been, but I doubt he ever would have been. May I keep this?
Yes, sure. You have more right of it than I do, and I can't use it anyway.
I thank you. And he
Think that
grips
that's a
it and
story?
hefts it. A strange look in his glance, and lowers it to the ground and goes, "Can I reward you in some way for returning this to me?"
No, I am fine. We are still trying to find mystery of little boy. We went to cave, we found bear, but we did not find boy.
I am troubled by that. I've seen goblin tracks.
We've seen goblins, but they did not seem interested in us more of our money. They are no longer interested in anything.
Good. Though I feel pity for the creatures. Like, did it feel like common banditry to you?
Yes and no. It was. Honestly, it was strange. To me, it felt more like the starving wolves.
Starving wolves?
They were attacking the chickens at the apiary. At least I think it was. They were attacking something at the apiary.
Yeah, it was the chickens, yeah.
Yeah, it was the chickens. Poor old Farmer General. Poor old Terence. He's had nothing but troubles.
Well, he does not have to worry about bear anymore.
No wolves from the sound of it. You've done a great deed for a gentle and kind man.
Oh, hopefully he'll be alright. But at the same time, like I said, the goblins, they were as it did feel like kind of common banditry, but at the same time it was like they were starving wolves. It was more they were forced into common banditry.
What were the condition of my brother's horns? You are How much do you know of my people?
I do not know. I was not in cave when they found the axe.
I see.
My friends, they are at the inn. They would have more information on that.
I have some things I need to do, but I will seek them out. If
Do
my
you need
own,
help?
no, little one. This is something I have to do by myself. I appreciate your offer of assistance.
Well, we will be at the inn, and probably around town tomorrow because, well, we have hit dead end with little boy. Hopefully, mother knows. Maybe we can question a few more people. Don't know, but we will be in town. We will be at inn.
He leans forward, looks you in the eyes, lowering himself to meet you eye to eye. Let me know what happens with the little boy. I will. This has also been very concerning for me.
Sure, I will let you know.
He's a good child.
When did he go missing?
You arrived. You've been in town 2 days now?
I think so. I know kind of one of those days I was missing most.
I believe that it's been about 2 days. It would have been a day or two before you arrived. So he's been missing possibly
4 days.
around 4 days. I truly am feared for the child. He was a good lad.
I have had idea. I need to go back and see my friends. I wish you luck in your endeavors. I will see you tomorrow.
You too, little one. And he walks out away from his home into the darkness.
And
Obviously, he was heading somewhere when you
came in.
came in.
And she's going to scamper off back to the inn. Kind of bursting through the door. Tanya, I have had idea.
Yeah?
Your puppy. How good is his sniffer?
Hang
Good
on, let me
question.
just read quickly. Thinking about- well, it's not a living creature with organs and stuff, so I don't think it can really sniff out stuff like that.
Damn it. I was going to suggest we get something of little boys. Maybe it can catch scent.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's gonna work with it.
Failing that, we could also just try and find if anyone around here's got a bloodhound.
That is a good idea too.
Hey, 2 good ideas in one day. I'm on fire.
But
Ah,
I found Dakin. He was going to do something. He has taken axe with him. It was axe of his brother who he didn't like, but is sorry that he is gone.
at this point, it is getting louder in the inn, and over in one corner there is a dwarf having a drinking competition with one of the locals. There's a few of the townsfolk. You see Terence in there, obviously far more relaxed and enjoying a drink after a hard day's work. He gives you guys a friendly wave. In
Move
the
back.
corner there is again that dice game going on. I saw that.
I had a
Wait,
feeling
what?
you might be calling on
No,
me
I'm
in a
just
second.
setting a scene. You can come up and introduce himself if you want. But that's the current scene. It is getting busier. Silver has gone up to play another set and for the entertainment. Across the room, the dwarf yells out, requesting a sea shanty.
I do, yeah.
And he
Once was a
obliges.
good to see the ship. Sorry.
Yeah, I just got the Wellerman going in my head as well, funny.
And from there, obviously the dwarf stands up because his challenger that he's been drinking he's drunk him under the table, and he's looking for a fresh victim.
Colwyn is still just eating, eyes back. Looks like he's either deep in thought or just slightly comatose.
All right. As far as this goes, Varys says, Varys is going to point out it'd be interesting because if anyone can win a drinking competition, it would be Bastian here, right?
I see what you did there.
I perk up at this point and wander over. Hey,
would you like to
really?
describe yourself there?
Describe myself? Ooh, okay.
What do they see with this dwarf?
Well, yeah. Hang on, let me just bring up bits of my sheet that I need to.
It didn't have the right sheet ready. He's on Bastion still.
No, I am on this. You see a dwarf. He's a little tall for a dwarf, actually. He's about 5 foot tall.
Oh, that's tall as Colwyn. Sorry.
Yeah, fairly hefty, broad guy, brown eyes, black hair. He looks slightly raggedy. He's definitely somebody who's done some serious hefting and work in his time, but has the look of a sailor about him. Just how he dresses and the rest of it. He's you notice that there's a whacking great dwarven great axe on his strapped to his back. And he's got some spiked armor on, definitely dwarven made. Seems slightly wild, like he's been through a bit recently. But you know, it doesn't come across as unfriendly or anything. So, and comes over and just goes, "Interesting thought you just had." And he looks at Bastion and goes, "What are you?"
I love that he's having a conversation with himself.
Bastion goes, "Well, I'm a warforged. I was forged in the fires of war." Not heard of a warforged. You've got to imagine Golder with a... Sorry, he's called Golder. You've got to imagine him with a Scottish accent, and I'm not really doing it. Sorry. He sort of... You're not going to be able to... Can you actually metabolize alcohol? Well, it helps charge my cell, but it doesn't really do anything else. I see. Anybody else want to be part of this drinking competition? My name's Golder, by the way. You seem like a decent lot. Do you mind if I drink with you?
Not at all. Although I will pass on the competition. Gotta keep myself ready for what's going to be coming tomorrow. We've got another adventure to go on, Golder.
Oh, fair enough. Anything interesting?
Oh, you know how it is. Terrifying monsters from beyond the veil, missing children, possibly curses, gold, lots of gold. All that good shit.
Broken up weddings between men and men.
I'm not
missed
even
that
going to
one.
ask about that last
At,
one.
at this note, you hear that Silver starting to the scoundrel of Summerford, and everybody in the entire tavern goes wild with cheering.
Oh my god, it's the Saki Mountain Boys. Oh wait.
No, stop. And Colwyn allows himself a sly grin.
I'm not even going to ask about this. All right, yeah, well, I'd be up for joining such an endeavour if you'll have me.
What do you say, guys and girls?
I do not mind. Extra person to help find little boy.
Bastion just goes, well, I am leaving the group tomorrow to go join the army. I'm sure your presence and axe would be most welcome to them.
Very much so.
In the
Yeah, sounds
background,
good to me. And downs in the beer.
and in the background, you hear Silver get to the end of the song, take a pause, announce the crowd. I gotta take a break, everyone. Wet my whistle. Too much singing will ruin my voice. And he goes to the bar, grabs a drink, and comes back and joins you.
All right. Can yeah. Sorry. Because Varys is going to say in Dwarven. So, Varys is going to have a chat to Golder and say in Dwarven and say. So exactly what brings a sea dog like you, a sea dog to you so far away from the sea.
Now that's a bit of a tale. If you'll listen, I'll.
Please do. Get your quill ready, Silvertongue.
You don't understand. I'm not sure that you understand that because he just said it in Dwarvish and I answered him in Dwarvish.
Oh, I apologise. Accidental metagaming.
Yeah. So I just said, do you think I should do this in Dwarvish or so that everyone can hear?
Well,
And I say that in common.
Yeah. As far as that goes, I believe everyone would love to hear. Would love to
I'm
hear your
pretty
story.
sure that the only one that doesn't speak Dwarven there is Colvin.
Yeah.
Oh, the irony.
Even the Tabaxi speaks Dwarven.
Mm-hmm. She's
I
from
do.
Rivers. No, she's from Elds Bay.
That's brilliant. Yeah, and so I relay my story. That I am from a ship called the Storm's Regret, which is part of the Darkfist clan, of which I am a proud member, and that my uncle was the captain, wasn't he? My
Your
dad
uncle was
the
the captain, your
navigator.
dad was the first mate.
Yeah, and I was the bosun on board.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we hit a rather bad storm off the south of the Great Wood, and I got tossed overboard. I just about managed to get to shore, although I was worn out afterwards after being chased by several sharks. That was a bit hairy. And thanks to the elves, who I will be, I think a lot more of them these days. Didn't really have much dealings with them before and always felt them a bit, no offence, mate, but a little bit standoffish. And they helped me out, took me in, and got me up here eventually, and I sort of wound up here. I'd love to find out what happened to me ship. Amazing boat. Beautifully rigged, fabulous lines. Yeah,
Lovely plumage, I'll bet.
if by that you mean nice sails, then yeah.
I grew up in a mining town. Strangely enough, the only mining town that didn't have that many dwarves about. But yeah,
Odd,
so the
but
sea is very much your to do.
I mean, we
Yeah.
are more sailors than miners, although we are pretty good miners. A lot of our homes are built into cliffs and things. But I always loved the sea. I was brought up with it. I was born on the water.
Thought you were about to say you're born in the water. I say that's a story all in
No,
itself.
no. Mum managed to stay on board while she was giving birth. Although perhaps my
Good.
father wished that she had given birth in the water so she didn't grip him quite as hard. But anyway,
Moving swiftly on.
moving very swiftly on, yes. And yeah. So wound up here. One of these days I'll get back. Hopefully I'll find out what happened to me boat. Yeah, it's a wrench being away from the sea. It really is.
While this is going on, I need you to roll a perception check for me, Jadis.
Yep. $12.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, he seems like a rough and ready sailor, but one who's been through a bit recently. So he's yeah, you get the idea, I think.
Silver, that's a grand story. That's a bloody great story. I'll keep my ear out for the what's happened to the
Storm's-
Storm's Regret
Oh,
down
thank
the
you, sir.
track. I'll send word west. Where are you planning on heading to find out? As I see it, you got a few options. You can head back to your clan and let them know, or you can go to the next harbour that they were heading for.
Well, they were heading for Saisei. We do a lot of trade there. So that would be a logical place to start, but I don't know yet. I'm just trying to get my feet back, maybe get a bit of cash together so that I can travel and do stuff. So I've thrown my lot in here for a bit and make me way forward. Hopefully, I can try and find someone that's going in the direction of the dwarves and maybe send a
I've got
letter or a
friends.
note.
I can use let someone know within the Birds Guild and send a message to
Well,
the
yeah,
River's Rest. I'm sure
well,
word will get to them from River's Rest.
that'd be grand.
It's the least I can do. I gotta get back up on stage.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah,
Stands
like a
up,
bit of music.
brushes past you. You feel a hand on your shoulder there momentarily, very light, very briefly. So subtle that no one notices it on your shoulder there, Jadis. You feel the touch, but he's gone before anything else.
You know, I will join them.
Oh, this
Don't be
good.
too long. You'll get a
She
reputation.
She gets up, and as she does, she sort of like kind of takes out the bells from her pouch and starts putting them on her wrists and ankles.
He sees you getting up and putting your accoutrements on and pauses, sits down, and briefly confers with you and starts to play a tune to accompany you.
And she begins to dance.
Roll a performance check for me.
Hopefully, it's not shit. Can I use my inspiration to fucking reroll that?
Sure can.
Yes.
That's what it's there for.
Fucking hell, really?
Okay, let's
Oh,
do
God.
it. Let's do a thing here.
Excellent.
Just I'm not entirely sure I like these fucking virtual dice.
I'm not sure. Would people like to go back to buddy normal dice?
I would like to repeat what we did last week and
On the plus
how
side,
abysmal we were.
he starts to strum his fingers across the harp, and you hear "oh crap" as one of the strings breaks. he rolled even worse than you did.
Uh,
So you don't even get to start dancing.
Fabulous.
He pauses, looks at it and goes, sorry, everyone. I've experienced some technical difficulties here. I'll be back with you in a moment. And goes off to restring his harp.
Let me give this one fucking
Hey!
17.
So after a bit of moment, a little bit of time, he comes back with it restrung, and it'll be a 24. Pure harmony comes out of it, and almost perfectly, Jadis, with feline grace, accentuates the notes with movement, turns that music into motion. As you watch the crowd, where there'd been raucous cheering and it's just a still, almost reverent silence at this performance of music and motion. And slowly, copper coins are thrown towards the stage, towards the bard and the dancer, to land at their feet on the floor. Once you're done, you'll find that there's a total of 33 copper, 2
It's not
silver,
bad.
and a single gold piece.
Olwen gets
Which
up and applauds.
Oh, yeah.
I take a bow.
Yeah, Gold
No,
is
sorry.
very impressed.
Start taking the bells off my ankles and wrists.
A young boy that you hadn't noticed before comes up with a tin and hands you the copper and the gold. Obviously, someone working for the establishment to collect it all. You didn't even see him collecting the gold and the copper. Silver goes, "You certainly earned that collar there, lass. That was a great performance."
You weren't too bad yourself. And thank you. She hands him the cup. The tin with the coin in.
He holds out his hand and goes, "I'm fine. It's all yours. You earn it."
Oh, in that case, she ducks down to the little boy and hands him the silver pieces.
So it's 1 gold, 33 copper. Still there.
Oh.
I mean, we could always buy the house around with it. If you would like, it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, why not?
The crowd cheers in the tavern. And he returns to the platform and again strikes up a note more in theme of a rural village than the artistry that had come before. And the murmur of voices comes back on, and the atmosphere of the tavern goes back to what it had been before, as opposed to that reverent silence that was an appreciation of your art.
After making sure the tavern person's paid for the round of drinks for everyone, I head back to my seat. Although I don't sit down.
Okay.
And on that note, I think it is time for bed for me.
Right. So as you're heading up, I'm going to start doing a thing here for a few folks. Give me 2 seconds.
Ooh.
Ooh. A vanishing
Oh
Vanny.
my. Yeah. But yeah, Phil,
Yes.
I'm kind of glad that you've thought about changing character because I was really getting the sense that you were uncomfortable or just not. It wasn't slotting in right with you.
Okay. Did we want to go do with our first proposal of muting and then doing it in channel 4 of the stream, or do we want to do it off in the whispers?
I'm happy to
Until-
deafen myself if you want to do it so it's recorded for
Yep.
the stream.
That would
In fact, I
probably
will
be
do
the
that
best.
now.
Oh,
And
so
if
who
it's
are we deafening?
How do we know
I'll
when
get
to
Benny
undeafen?
first. I'll deafen you. Let me do it.
Okay. Yep.
Does server muting actually do deafen as
Nope.
well?
Nope. That's the one I want. I pressed the wrong one.
do you want me to take my headset off so I don't hear this?
You'll hear me anyway.
Alright. By muting me, you have muted the game, by the way. You muted the thing. If you want this on the stream, you have to unmute me, by the way. Apparently, he doesn't want the stream to hear this. If you want the stream to hear it, you're going to have to unmute me.
I have
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. It'd be on deafen because your voice doesn't come through.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. There you go. Anyway.
So I find in my personal effects as I go into my room a note.
As a member of, you recognize the marking on it. There is a. It's in a cipher that you recognize as a member of the Assassin's Guild, with a single name, which I will DM to you later on. How do I spell this again? That's wrong.
Do the rooms have their own little fireplaces?
No, but there's a candle there, or
There's a
as
candle,
well.
okay.
Can you easily use to dispose of it.
Yeah. I burn the paper with using the candle.
Okay.
And then I check my effects for anything fucking missing.
There is nothing missing.
Okay, good. I really need a new bag.
You have a name?
I have a name. Oh shit.
There is a second note there as well that I'll go over a little bit later. Oh no, that's for later on. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, I've just disposed of one and I checked my bag to see if there was anything else.
Yeah,
in there.
no, never mind. It's more to it, but you'll figure it out down the track.
Yep.
Righto.
So I am.
Was there anything else you wanted to do there before we go forward? Bring everyone
No,
back in.
she's just going to get herself into bed and have a long rest.
Okay.
Luke.
Ed's deafened himself, hasn't he? So
Yeah, he has. I'll have to poke him.
They'll do.
do you want to poke him or shall I?
already done.
Yep.
Worst comes to worst, I can always do a thing here. No, he stays different. Damn it.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, I'll move forward till he comes back. Was there anything
There we go.
we wanted to do before we proceed forward? Now that Jadis has gone to bed.
To be honest, Bastion's probably going to call it a night as well.
So he heads up, sits up in the hallway again, does he? Or
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. So he goes into central mode at the end of the hallway. Before near the rooms there, providing security.
Same with the Steel Defender. It also stays in the hallway, just holding the hallway, keeping watch while Tanya is sleeping.
Okay.
There hasn't been anything to kind of spark Colwyn's curiosity, so he's probably just going to leave off and just think, right, fresh start in the morning. Oh, real bed, so good.
Yeah, that is starting to sound like a good idea there, laddie. Right. Bed.
So you all head up to bed, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although because Varys is going to like practice with Varys is going to practice with Millie
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, just like
Yep.
communicating and just
It's basic telepathic thoughts and feelings. There's no real words to it.
I'm guessing sometime through night he figures he's able to look through Millie's eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get when you received it, the kernel, the seed of knowledge was implanted in your mind as to
Alright.
what you could do with it at this point.
All right.
Your patron, after your questions, has realised that you're a bit dense and don't have a lot of awareness of the arcane.
Yeah. All right.
They've given
Sure.
you what you need to know
All right.
about it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Just role playing it anyway.
Yep. Nord, I need your. As the night goes on, I need you to roll a charisma save for your Steel Defender.
Charisma save?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work on the Steel Defender?
So just roll it in -2.
Roll 20 -2.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10.
Good to know. Bastion, as you're watching the Steel Defender disappears, and you hear it. Roll perception for me.
Crap.
I did tell you there's more to be done.
I will be with you in a second.
You're right, man. Give me a second to server Newton Devon.
Perception 21.
Okay, you hit a step behind you, even though you're at right near the end of the hall. And you turn, as you start to turn towards it, you hear a voice that you instantly recognize. Hold, soldier.
Is it a Minotaur sort of voice?
It is not a Minotaur voice. you automatically stand at attention at this voice.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a history for me real quick.
Crit. 21.
You could almost swear that this is the voice of High Exarch to Nervan Bay.
No, I'm at attention, waiting to hear. Sir,
Shut down, soldier. Go into maintenance.
I do. Instantly.
Fade to black.
And that's it for Bastion, I take it.
That is it for Bastion. There is shit afoot.
You don't want shit on your
Yes.
foot.
No.
Mm.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm going to unassign Bastion.
You are going to get nothing unless you critted on that history roll, me.
And I did.
Wait, so the Steel Defender is gone?
It'll. You'll find out in the morning, dude. You're not awake.
I shall load up Golder again. Right.
You'll find out what happened in the morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm
Good-o.
just curious to what
Mhm.
happened.
I'm back.
Oh,
Welcome back.
find out. Find
Yeah,
out.
I'm just by the like his reaction abilities and condition immunities and stuff like that.
Don't let me have a look at it. Is he immune to the Banish spell? Let me put it that way.
It's immune to charmed, exhaustion, poisoned, and also if anything attacks it, it would be able to have a reaction to it because it's vigilant. It cannot be surprised.
It rolled its charisma save, man, and it failed it. It wasn't a surprise round as so much as it would have. I can guarantee that it didn't actually see this person.
Okay.
Unless it's got blind vision or
It has
true
it
sight.
has dark vision, but
Wouldn't have seen him.
yeah.
Would not have seen the person.
Yep.
Can I interject just quickly? It's not
Mhm.
about the campaign. Did you let Corvo know that we're not raiding today?
Yes, I've
Okay.
let Corvo and Meerkat know. I'm all over that shit. Anyway, so a long rest passes. You to put Lord Tenya's mind at ease. You come out and find your actually middle of the night. Tenya, you hear your Steel Defender barking wildly.
Okay. She gets up and pops her head out into the hallway.
You see your Steel Defender there, pacing and circling around Bastion, growling.
What happened? She runs over to Bastion and checks him out.
He is completely shut down.
She the Warforged's life is
Okay, roll an investigation for me. What you know of them from other campaigns doesn't necessarily relate to what is true in this campaign.
No,
This
I'm
book.
just wondering. They are run by arcanic energy.
The Crystal Arcanum Core, which
Yeah.
I've gone over.
15 investigation.
You see that his chest plate, while it is closed, it is not secured. Lift it up, and there is a indent there that is empty. looking at the size of it, it would be the perfect size for a crystal arcanum core. And it is gone.
She barks out into the hallway. Guys, Bastion!
Do we need to make a perception check to hear that, or?
I imagine that she is raising the roof. Depends on how heavily
Yeah,
sleepy you
she's
feel your character
yelling.
is.
She's
had
yelling
a
out,
lot
and her
fail.
steel defender is barking out.
I'm going to roll perception because I've had a lot of beer.
Yeah, you have.
I am
Yeah.
up
Oh,
and
before-
out the door before she's even finished.
Yes, I do wake up, but I'll be groggy.
Mhm. Very, quite literally groggy.
What is it? What has happened?
Bastion!
Who died?
Someone has taken Bastion's core. I don't know how or when.
Well, shit.
Oh dear.
And she looks
we're
over
in a
to
lot
her
of trouble
steel
now.
defender. She looks over to her steel defender, and I'm worried because the steel defender would have alerted me earlier when
It should have.
something. It should have alerted us if something came along.
Which means there is something out there strong enough to 1, get past Bastion, 2, get past your steel defender.
Investigation.
Yes. I rolled a 10. This is mechanical stuff. I have no fucking
From what
magic.
you can see, there is zero signs of a struggle. From his posture, he is standing at attention.
Getting at attention?
Like he's, imagine a soldier by a door. They're not exactly relaxed, but ready.
Pretty much.
Alright.
He's literally standing to attention.
It's similar to what his sentinel stance is, anyway. When he's in standby.
Ready for an attack or?
No. More like a, like
is
Ash
it-
said before, like a video camera, just sat there waiting, watching.
Yeah.
Ramrod
You know
straight.
the beefeater soldiers at Buckingham Palace that just stand there all day?
Yeah, like that.
The
Mm-hmm.
Royal Guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unflinching, unmoving, at attention.
Yep.
Until you get too close and they're being a bit of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
which
touch the
point-
reins.
Yeah.
Those videos are class.
Oh,
They're
hell yes.
freaking brilliant.
Anyway,
And people
moving
get angry at them, and it's like, kind of, no.
on. No.
But
They're armed.
that
Move away.
requires a certain amount of self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Anyway.
Yep.
Don't get sidetracked. So,
I am going to go around to see what points of entry there could have possibly been. Because
you
I
know that
know
there's
of,
a window in your room, and you suspect that there's one in each of them.
but
Outside
with
that,
us, yeah, but with us being in the rooms,
I'll bring up the
Any-
map, please.
Any other doors
May take a while.
open? And any other room doors open other than our rooms that are
None are
actually
open.
standing ajar at the moment?
As you're making this noise, you hear coming downstairs, half
that
asleep,
could not
still
be
fell.
loaded.
Don't worry about it. I'll bring it up on. I'll bring up what's his name and I'll share it. Give me 2 seconds to load up Dungeon Alchemist. I won't share it until I'm sure what map it's going to actually bring up.
Is it on above VTC?
I did try, but it's not loading properly.
Okay.
It isn't for me either.
Well, I see.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I see it on above VTC.
I'm saying nothing.
So I'll
map
just,
could not be loaded.
it's
Spoiler
right,
alert.
it's right. I'm gonna load it up on what's his name? Open map. Honey Heath. It's easier. I found it's easier for me to just share it on this anyway. Just need to wait for it to actually load, so that you're not seeing this other map that I was working on for future things. Right, Honey Heath. So, as you know, you've got a set of stairs out in the common room that leads to the second floor here. You've got 4 rooms across here. My understanding is that Colwyn and Faris was in this one here. Sorry, no, not Faris. Silver was in this one here. Bastion was in. Sorry, Faris
we
was in
can
this
see
one
your-
here.
We can't see
Tanya
your mouse
was in
pointer,
here.
though.
Okay, so the far right one was Silver. That one, the one to the left of that is Faris. Jadis was in the second from the left, and Tanya was in the end one. I think that Colwyn was upstairs.
Yeah.
Is my understanding.
Probably.
Golder would
I
have
can't
found
recall.
some corner somewhere.
Golder will be upstairs as well.
Right.
But there's a lot of noise. You guys can hear it.
Yeah.
Basically,
can't
you've
do-
got a dog going off its nut and Tanya yelling at the top of her lungs.
Yeah.
So out of the end room there at the opposite end of where you were gathered, because I assume that he was stationed at the western end, so he's got full view of the door coming in.
Yep.
To that hallway. Silver comes out, groggy, looks at them. Who died? What's going on?
Bastion has had his core stolen.
His what?
It's like his brain, pretty much.
Heart brain.
Heart. Bastion is dead.
Oh my god. Who would do such a thing? You hear the voice out of this room behind him calling after him. It's a bit of back class, and comes down the hall towards us.
Late night entertainment.
Tin walls.
Oh. You heard that, did you, lad?
Tin walls. It seems like you're enjoying yourself.
She seems to be enjoying herself more. Anyway, that's not. Can I have a look at him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So he comes in, has a look at Bastion, looks around the area, looks at the floor. To what I can see, it doesn't look like there was any sort of struggle or fight.
I did not see
It's
any
just
signs either.
like it's like he was asleep or not aware, or he didn't even blink.
Which is odd because he doesn't really sleep.
What about the mod? How did they? I don't know what happened here.
Do not know that one either.
I don't understand how they could have gotten past my steel defender either.
I am going to go into the main room and do an investigation, see if there's anything broken or that could indicate they've forced their way through the door or something like that.
Okay, roll an investigation for me.
12.
You see faint marks on the outside of the door, and that it is unlocked.
I have found some marks and the door is unlocked. I doubt very much our innkeeper would have actually kind of left it unlocked. She yells out.
The main entrance?
Mm-hmm.
May I compare the fang marks to my memory of what was on the gravestones?
Fang marks. What fang marks? Faint.
Faint.
Faint. Sorry, I thought you said fang. Never mind.
Quick question though, guys. Wouldn't the main entrance stay open for patrons to be able to leave and enter their rooms freely?
No,
Usually you lock
but
the front door and go out the back.
Okay.
yeah, innkeepers kind of that sort of thing. They don't have the same security as everybody else, so there's a distinct curfew from when patrons can come in and come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're staying there and spending enough money, you'd probably still have a bartender there willing to serve you, depending on the establishment. But a rural place like this, there's a cut-off time and drinks stop flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only time countryside pubs stay open late is if there's an actual celebration, people who actually know X and Y.
I'm thinking, I'm meaning more like the patrons who's actually staying the night there, living there.
Yeah.
If they want
Yeah,
to exit.
If you look at the wall at the eastern end here, I stuffed up. There should have been a door there
Okay, yeah,
for
that's fine.
for the guests to come in and out of. You'd have a key for that as well.
At the same time, like I said, though, kind of the pub, the tavern is generally where the tavern keeper lives as well. It's basically his house and
Yep.
his place of work. He's not going to leave that open if he doesn't have anybody that can secure it. So
Yeah.
there will be a time where the doors get locked. If you want to leave before that time, you've got to arrange it with the innkeeper, and it would cost you extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're saying this, you hear from the stairs up top someone coming down behind you there, Jadis, and you see that taller man, Arthur, come down, bit of a as well, and he looks at you and goes, "What's a ruckus?"
Somebody has broken into your tavern here and has, well, essentially murdered one of our friends.
Or
He
kidnapped.
almost falls down the stairs as you say this. Catches himself, runs over, checks the door, locks it, runs back into the room, into the hallway there. Finds you all standing around Bastion. He sees it, yells out, "Vinny, go get the wardens." Little halfling runs out. Was there anything anyone else wanted to do there?
Can you see if there is anything missing? I don't know what is in your inn, I'm afraid.
He looks around, goes to the counter, checks a few places here and there. Nothing's amiss.
Then they were targeting him.
She
Indeed.
walks back in and looks at him, and I imagine they'd have to have knowledge of his kind to know how to get in. It doesn't look like he's been unduly damaged at all.
How could anyone have knowledge of this?
I believe there is one person we can ask. And he throws his eyes to Tanya. Oh,
I
and
agree.
then he says, "Not you, but you do have access to a friend of his."
I know what I knew what you meant as soon as you said it, right?
I was also going to say, make sure you still have him.
She checks her pouch, puts her hand down into it.
Not there.
Wait, is Shepard missing?
Shepard is gone as well.
Guys, it's gone.
What do you mean,
What
it?
about... Wait. What about the one that you took from the bear? Is that one there?
She checks.
Again. Gone.
Shit.
Nope, that is gone too.
Oh,
Tanya is
bugger.
panicking.
So they went
What?
into your room.
What? Who?
Golder goes over to Tanya, puts his hand on her shoulder, and just says, "Let's think about this. Somebody's going round stealing these Warforged cores. Why? What can you think of that's a use for these cores?"
Enhancing beasts.
Yeah, enhancing base. They're prop full of arcanic energy.
Oh. So power.
Guys, Tanya looks to the other guys around her. I don't want to leave Bastion out in the hole like this. Can you help me drag him into my room and put him down on one of the beds?
We need to leave him for the watch, guys, to look at. Just
we
for now.
cannot touch him. We cannot touch him just yet. Not ready.
Yeah, I don't want to set something off.
True.
As you're talking, that halfling that Bastion had met comes in. He stops dead at him and goes, "But he had his he was gonna do some good. What happened?"
It is what
He
we
shakes
will
him.
find out.
He shakes himself, starts yelling at us as more of his men come in. Investigates the area. He shakes his head. There's no trace. It's as if no one else was here. Like he took it out himself.
There have also been 2 other thefts of these cores which we were carrying as well.
How could they have gotten into my room?
Same way they got into the inn, I guess.
Hmm.
And
There are
I would
marks on
think.
the front door.
He nods. I'll have a look at that in a moment. And I wouldn't be terming it as theft so much as an abduction, from what you've said.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Agreed.
True. Poor choice of words.
Where's somewhere safe where Bastion's body can be stored? I don't like the idea that he's just left somewhere. Is there somewhere in the watch house you could store him, for
I
example?
will place him in protection in the watch house. He seemed like a
Tanya,
good.
if you want to go with them and make sure that he's in good condition and he's all sort of covered and ready for storage, I think you best knew him by the sound of it, and I think the best care will be given by you.
Yeah, I agree. But before that, Tanya kind of closes her eyes and feels about the area or the room, the hallway. And can she sense any like arcanic residue?
Roll Arcana for me.
Please be good. Please be good. 19.
Nice.
You in that hallway, you get down, you look at a few things. There are traces lingering around your steel defender. There is also traces from the door to the main room to here.
With that roll, would I be able to sense sort of what kind of arcanic magic or residue this would have
You
been?
get the sense the energy lingering on your steel defender is planar in nature. There's like it's been somewhere that is a taint. It's like
Yeah.
it's been ripped from into another dimension very briefly.
Okay.
Can I just ask a question? So,
Mm-hmm.
I believe originally we were told the Steel Defender was just disappeared?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's correct.
And then the Steel Defender returned and started barking.
Yeah, he got
Alright. Just
Yeah.
getting the story straight. That's all.
It basically got hit with the banishment spell. With that roll, it got hit with the banishment spell. So it got put into a pocket, another dimension, another
Another plane.
plane. That's right. So where it went is anybody's guess. But it was gone for a full minute, which is the duration of that spell, and the time it took to get back, the theft of that core happened.
And my cores apparently.
Might have happened before that. You don't know.
Okay, but I'm guessing with that role and Tanya's knowledge of the arcane, she might surmise that this actually was a banishment spell.
I'd say there's a fair indication. She's got a sneaking suspicion that the dimensional sense of the planet, it carries a sort of arcane sense to it.
planar sense to it. So that's what she's relaying. Like, guys, I think we're dealing with someone who is quite knowledgeable, if not powerful, when it comes to magic, because I do get the sense that the Steel Defender has been briefly in another plane of existence. So I do believe it has been banished briefly.
AKA someone who should not be in sleepy rural village.
Exactly.
No kidding.
So
Coleman.
why the hell is it even here?
You join
It
me
has-
outside. Maybe there are tracks outside we can find.
Good plan. Oh, this
I
case
will-
just
I
keeps
will-
getting worse all the time.
I will trust Bastion in your care. I need to follow up on this.
So roll investigation for anyone going outside to. Oh, sorry, survival if you're looking for tracks.
Yes. Survival.
I will also like try to sense for anything magical in the area as well.
20.
I am going to change my fucking dice.
Colon. Amazing
I roll
roll.
for-
You see nothing. Roll Arcana for me.
Okay. 18.
You get traces of arcane, but you also get traces of that in the room from. Some of it's bardic, some of it's. There are elements of the performance that Jadis and Silver put on that tapped into that arcane nature earlier. But outside there are faint traces, and they lead away slightly before they fade.
Do I get like a sort of like sense of direction?
You can't tell if it's coming or going. You get traces of it to a certain point, but then there's nothing.
Can I ask Millie to go for a fly around, see if she sees anything weird?
You certainly can roll perception.
Millie's perception or my perception?
Millie's.
Extras. Pseudo dragon. Oh, perception +3. There we go. And Millie and Millie sees something pretty and gets sidetracked.
Millie finds it and flies up, sees the mouse, pounces. The mouse sees her. It's the last thing it sees.
I am going to outside. After I've done the circuit around the inn, I'm going to cast detect magic.
Okay. As you do this, there are traces of it everywhere. It's the faintest traces. You see the Steel Defender glowing mildly. You see the shield that, as they're carrying him out on Bastion's back. You see the aura of that curse that you'd earlier detected there as well. your discs are returning, but very faintly. Other than that, there are no traces.
Whoa.
There's like a faint aura that is very rapidly fading in the air. For it to have lasted as long as it was, whoever has done this was quite powerful.
I'm just gonna kind of shake my head and shrug. I can get nothing.
This is very discerning. We need to get those cores back.
And you can't do that if you're panicking. Get a hold of yourself.
I think what's best served now is we all probably go back to bed, because I don't think there's anything more that we can do. And then we have a good think about it in the morning.
Aye.
That's going to be a restless sleep.
Aye,
We'll see
but
about
some
getting you
sleep's
a
better than
sleeping
no
draft.
sleep. Aye.
Get you some chamomile tea.
I will.
Aye,
I
not
will.
a bad plan.
So you're all heading back to bed to finish your long rest?
Yeah, I mean, you told me on a 20 that I found nothing, so...
It was, no, you found nothing on that 20. There was...
Yeah. That tells me all I need to know.
Yeah.
Tanya tells her steel defender to patrol outside, close to the inn, the immediate area around, and then she goes to sleep as well.
So it starts padding around the inn, patrolling, and you return to sleep, and we will pick it up next week from there if you guys want.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Freaking
I
history
might
roll,
not-
man.
Might not be able to.
This is good. I am looking forward to the test of abilities, of Phil's ability not to metagame.
Hmm?
That
Oh,
history roll, dude. Poof.
Yeah. Well, that was for Bastian,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah,
gone now.
exactly.
So I'm quite good when one character goes and just forgetting about it.
Yeah.
It's practice,
Yeah.
you know.
But well done, guys.
Whereas my forgetting shit is natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, well done?
Just
We
role
lost.
playing and being in character.
We lost 3 cores.
Well, it's not about whether or not we necessarily succeed, it's how we deal with setbacks.
Yep.
Because if life is about just winning, then you can have a very shallow life.
Also, it's given you a sort of common bond in the loss of a friend.
Yeah. Well, Golda didn't really know him, but he actually quite liked Bastian.
Mm. But yeah, lots of role-play development and personal backstory growth. I like it.
Delicious.
So, before we finish up, thanks for watching, and for the stream that was listening, and for nosy people on the other side of the room that probably heard a lot of it.
I will not metagame.
Yeah.
Or at least I shall try my hardest not to. But just go if I accidentally do, because I
I
try not
will
to.
come down on you if you do.
Oh yeah.
But there's nothing I can do about that one. How did we feel that we went for the MVP, guys? Let's start at the top with Colin. You only have top of the Discord, the voice chat list with the change of Bastion. He is now a G.
Oh, that's tricky because I'm kind of split between Goldar's funky introduction and Nord playing up Tanya to be this poor woman who's just had a family pet die. I'm sorry, Phil. I've got to give it to Tanya for barely
fair
holding
enough.
herself together as
You don't have
the
to
love of her
apologise.
life
It was a
waltzed
great
in.
performance.
Okay, noted. Goldar.
Yes, I think I'm going to have to give it to Nord as well. Just the whole loss of Bastion and then the weird shit happening with Pet and interesting Steel Puppy, and how you played it all. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed that. Cheers, Nord. And that's my vote.
Jadis.
I am gonna give it to Gulda actually, or rather Phil, for playing two characters at the same time.
That was brilliant.
That was confusing.
You
But you
did
pulled it
well.
off.
You held a conversation between yourself and yourself. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Tanya.
I'll have to give it to Galder. That's or Phil. I agree. That was well done.
Thank you.
You're in a tough position there, Varys, of deciding who gets it from those two, unless you want to go for someone else randomly.
Don't say that.
I would, because then
alright.
they both get a point.
Alright, as far as this goes, I think it's going to come... you're going to have to do something, because I'm going to give my vote to Van for keeping in character.
So, odds or evens? Who wants odds? Who wants evens?
Let me just say this. I have not used my inspiration from last turn.
When did you get it?
I got it from the last one.
That was a group one. It fades after
Yeah.
this. If you haven't used it, it's gone.
Yeah,
Because it was
never
a group
mind.
thing, it was for one session. It's usually for the session to the next one, but because it was a group one, I'm using it as it was a once and done session thing.
No, that's fair. That's
Yep.
fair.
Yeah.
Can I put forward a petition that they both get?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was really good.
It was. How generous do I feel? Do I roll a d4 and get them to pick odds and evens, or do I take it? You know what? I'm nice. I'm a merciful GM. I try to be. Take your dabbed inspiration. You use them well.
Thank you.
You know what?
We
I'm
both
going to
got
take an
one Nord.
inspiration as well. One for me for being brilliant.
Yes, I think so. I think that's well deserved.
Does that mean I still have an inspiration then?
You still have an
Yes.
inspiration.
All right.
And this one lasts for 2
It
sessions.
goes for the session and then the session after.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
anyone else who had the group inspiration, you need to take it off.
everyone pretty much used it as far as I know, except for possibly Varys.
Yeah.
And me.
Oh, you didn't use it? I thought you did. Never
I
mind.
did not use my group inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
Jadis and Ed did.
Yep. Anyway,
Ed Cole.
so any and all that watched and know the secret, shh. I hope you enjoyed the session. I am trusting
fun.
you not to go back and sort of discover
No,
what
it's alright. I'm safe.
Bastion now
I-
knows or knew.
Whew.
Well, what he heard anyway. Not necessarily. He doesn't know
What he
anything more than
heard.
that.
Yeah. What he recognised.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that is filtered away.
Yep.
It's got more questions in my head than answers, to be honest, Ash. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that whole can of worms shut.
Yeah. Anyway,
That was very interesting.
it was, and it did. Phil actually changing off his character played well into what I thought I'd had and whatnot. It just expedited a few things I was going to do there with the dodecahedron and a few other things.
Yeah.
Him being a sailor has also played right into my hands as well. So hey,
Quick question though: is as a warforged, are your limbs and body parts like? Is it possible to like disassemble them into parts?
Kind of.
Because I was
Um,
thinking if since it's not like anymore a living entity because the core is missing, if we want to like at some point,
it's not so much a nuts and bolts sort of thing. It's like instead of flesh, you've got wood making filaments, and it's more musculature from wood with this metal skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more they're more grown than
plant
body
matter.
constructed.
Okay, so you're
Yes,
not able to like deconstruct like limb off of
There's
the
no
main
nuts
body.
and bolts, man, except
No, it's constructing a warforge in the first place is tricky enough. Taking one
Yeah.
to bits or whatever, you can repair it, but obviously, which is a lot easier than normal sort of flash to do. But
Yeah, I was just thinking like if we're headed out
You-
for a longer period's time to search
yeah,
for these
What you-
he's
cores,
what
not
you-
modular.
what
my
you're
thought
looking at
was
is more along the lines of sawing someone's arm off, similar sort of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, my thought was like how to make it able to fit through the opening to put the carcass of Bastion into the bag of holding.
You could, but he's bloody heavy.
Yeah,
That'd take up an awful lot of room.
you wouldn't have any room left in there, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is it
You know,
more than?
Bastion's close on 300 pounds.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, never mind.
He's very heavy because of what he's made of.
he's a big
Um,
boy.
We'll have to have a
Very
secure
Surprise,
place to
surprise.
store him for a while then.
The sergeant
watch-
of the watch said
house
he
is
got him.
yeah.
Alright, I'm
That'll be
gonna
secure.
end the stream now anyway, guys.
Anyway, thanks for
Yep,
coming
one.
in. Thanks for watching. As stated, enjoy your secrets that you know that others don't,
Mhm.
and
You
hopefully
bastards.
that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed telling it.
Always.
Bye for now.
Bye.
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 And we're out of my ship.